Hey guys, this is Mikko. So recently I made this live stream painting where I'm painting this piece with bare brush, but I understand that not all of you have time to watch a 4-hour live stream because you want to see your children grow up or something important like that. So I made this shorter, easier to watch video for you guys. This is not a scripted video, so this is just me talking to the camera and talking through the recent events and the way that they have changed me and potentially the way that I make these YouTube videos. So before this painting I made this video, and that video was really fun to paint, but the editing process took me an entire week from morning to night to edit and put together. And when I had uploaded that to YouTube and it had been reviewed by the sponsor and approved, I got this message that it had been held up in this copyright process. And that caused me a lot of stress because there was a deadline for publishing that video. And I understood that the algorithm had picked up this one single font in that piece, and I own the rights to use that material in the video. I always make sure that I never use any copyrighted material in my videos. So I understood how complicated solving this issue would be because the ownership of that material belonged to 3 different companies, and it's a piece of material that I have already been using in several of my other videos, and there I have absolutely no issues because it's not copyrighted material that I don't have the permission to use on this channel. But for whatever reason, this one single video went into that process and I was just completely stressed out on what is going to happen to this piece of content that I have created. Not only because of the contracts I had signed to publish that video on a specific date, but also because I had worked so hard on it for so long. And during those 3 days, and I didn't know how long this would be in that review process, I realized that this one single piece of content is way too important for me, and it's not consistent with the way that I teach art on this channel. And I think the secret to learning any creative skill is a huge amount of volume that you produce and publishing every piece that you produce. So me working on one video for 7 days for every single piece of video is not consistent with those 2 simple rules that I have for learning art. And this whole channel, creating these videos, that is a huge creative skill. And I understand that even though I have already made several videos, I'm still very new to all of this. I haven't done any video production before I started this channel. On my spare time, I am still watching tons of very basic tutorials on how to use this camera, how to use this lens or this microphone, just to understand how all of that stuff works, or how to do sound editing and all of that stuff. There's still so much for me to learn in all of this, and I think me making these videos in a very slow process is not only incredibly stressful because of the importance that it puts on a single piece of content, but it also has affected the way that I paint, and I really don't like that about myself. Because I now understand that to make one of my normal videos, it takes a week of work to make. Then when I'm painting that painting, I can't help thinking that is this painting now going to be worth that 7 days of editing? So I end up doing polishing that I am not proud of, and it's kind of fussy painting that I don't support, and I don't want anybody to kind of absorb from my own painting style that type of fussiness, because I think we have enough of that already in digital art. You can go to ArtStation and have that stuff all day long, but that is not my style. It's not who I am. I want to make changes so that painting itself can be more fun for me, and the creation of these videos can also be fun for me. And I think this is not me saying that I want to make sloppy bad videos, but I want to experiment with different ways of production that allow me more creative freedom to make different types of content. For example, whenever I make tutorials on this channel, I know that they are not going to be doing well with the algorithm, because you need to be searching for a specific topic to find that tutorial content anyway. But that doesn't mean that those tutorials aren't valuable. Whenever somebody, for example, asks me how to make a palette on Procreate, I can point them to specific tutorials where they can get that information in a way that is much easier to consume and to understand than if I just wrote a wall of text comment to that question. So I think those have value, even if they don't have tons of views. But I have noticed that over time, those sort of tutorials, they tend to do pretty well. They have value, but I can't make them like my main content. So there's a balance between all of these things, and I still haven't figured that balance out, and I'm going to keep experimenting. Also, when I just want to paint for myself, I always don't have something actionable from that single painting process, and I still want to make those paintings about my own life and the experiences that I have, and sometimes talking like tutorial like text over those painting videos, it feels super fake. Because for example, if I have some like painful life experience, it just feels really wrong in those sort of videos, and to say that like here's how you do brush settings in Procreate, it just somehow seems like I'm making fun of my own feelings if I use those videos for just like technique talk. There's good in both types of videos, and I really don't want to use this to scrap either of those pieces of content, because I think they are both valuable and they are both also interesting for me to make. I have also noticed that it's more fun to make a very focused video. The one thing that I like about my fox painting video is that one specific exercise is something that I would do for concept art class students, and I have done so, and I know that it's effective, and there's no other stuff in that video, even if it's quite a personal painting, but still I think that exercise itself is valuable, and like keeping videos focused like this makes them more effective, because if I have 15 other things to say in the video, it just ends up being 30 minutes and taking 2 weeks to edit. That also is not okay. I think experimentation is fundamental for learning, but the way that this platform presents the numbers for YouTube growth and statistics, they are not presented in a way that is a great incentive to do different experimentation. I can't expect this platform to change. They went out of their way to show when your video is doing badly that just how terrible you are at making YouTube videos, and I believe that that is causing a lot of stress, not just to me, but a lot of creators on this platform. And to those people who are making content for this platform and feeling stressed about those things, I just want to say to you guys that you can't expect the platform to change. You have to change your own behavior. And I have taken the steps to change the main page where I open my creator studio, where I don't see the ranking stats right away, but these days when I open my YouTube studio, I open the comment section, and that section only, so that I can interact with you guys and reply to comments and use all of my time and energy on interacting with the people who are actually supporting this channel. So the statistics are going to be what they are, and I really don't have any control over them. And I think the best kind of content comes when the creator itself is feeling inspired and creative to make more work and try different things. And I think that is going to be a good thing for everybody who has subscribed to this channel and is watching these videos. I am now old enough to know what it feels like to go through serious burnout, and depression caused by burnout. So it's something that I take very seriously, and I don't want anybody to think that I am close to quitting YouTube. Quite the opposite. I am committed to be on this platform and make these videos, and it's for those reasons that I take my own mental health and my ability to make these videos and these paintings on this platform incredibly seriously. And I know that it's my responsibility to take care of myself and set boundaries that create a working environment where I can be my most productive creative self. So that's what I'm doing. And I don't know exactly what that means yet, but one thing I know, that when I made that Fox video, I had this sound effect for the info text screens. And I loved that sound effect. And for pretty much every video, I always search for new sound effects. And it's this type of production nonsense that is wasting hours and hours of my time. So that sound effect is now saved in a library that I'm building for making these YouTube videos, to make the entire process of just making them more easy for me, because I am terrible at file management. I really am, and it's something that I need to get better to make this more fun for me. And I hope that this can be something that you remember if you ever start a YouTube channel on your own, or if you become a content creator on any platform, or when you are a freelance illustrator. Having good online presence, it's not only a nice to have, it's like a must have. That's why I talk about Instagram and social media so much on this platform, because like they are part of the work. And to be efficient at that work, you need to be efficient in taking care of yourself. So I hope that for people that are thinking of becoming an illustrator, you remember this video at some point, and you remember that you need to take care of yourself, to take care of your own creativity, and to keep yourself healthy and productive, and to enjoy the work. Because if you turn the work into something that will make you hate painting itself, then it will all have been for nothing. You might build a big YouTube channel with a large audience, or a huge Instagram account with tons of followers, but if you don't enjoy it, it will be work that you have made for nothing. I love making this content, and I love talking to you guys, and it's something that I want to protect, so that's why I'm doing this. And I also love doing live streams, so I don't think I'm ever gonna stop making those, but setting up a live stream, oof, that's a whole other kettle of fish. Okay, I hope that this wasn't too heavy for you guys. Really the main point here is that I enjoy making these videos. It's also a creative outlet for me, and I love painting, and I want to keep that love for those two things. So that's why I need to be careful of how I turn those into work that I am self-employing. Is that proper English? Probably not. That I'm now my own boss, and I want to be a good boss for myself. Okay, be creative, do things that you love, do the Art from Comfort Zone challenge, I'll link it below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!